Look at this idiot. He's only got half a face.
Yeah, this should be fun. All right, next.
What's up?
Hi. And what are you auditioning with today?
I'm gonna do Part of Your World. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl? Hey, can you TikTok this?
Okay, yeah, no, that was more than enough. Yeah.
Do you have anything else prepared?
I do know. Let it go.
I tried.
You do realize that you're auditioning for Death of a Salesman, right?
Death of a Salesman, the musical?
Hey guys, welcome to Tavern Talk. My name is Tammy Kendall, and I'm the president of the board at the Pocket Community Theater in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
And my name is James Kendall, and yes, we have the same last name because we're married. So today we're here to talk a little bit about the movie Dear Evan Hansen. So, what'd you think of the movie?
I loved the movie. One of my favorite things about it was that we love theater, so theaters really are mojo. But to see things go from the stage to a movie that you sit at home and watch is always challenging because you're like, how are they going to do this? How's that going to come around? So I thought it was a very strong topic. Social anxieties, making mistakes, things like that a lot of people just don't talk about in everyday life. And so I thought it was a really good platform to open up those conversations and have those conversations with young people that are struggling. So that was probably my favorite, is what they were dealing with in the movie.
I like the music.
Yeah.
I love the music. It's an iconic show. It won 6 Tonys when it was out in 2017. The music is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
The music really went well with the theme of the movie. It really pulls you in. So I thoroughly enjoyed the music.
I thought the lyrics were really strong.
Yeah.
Like they were really well written.
Yeah. And of course, the music's written by the same guys that did The Greatest Showman and La La Land. So Justin Paul and Ben Pasek. So those guys are fantastic.
I agree. I thought that, all the stuff on my feed was always talking about Ben Platt, he's too old to play in this movie and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, maybe in a couple of shots he looked kind of older than the rest. But for the most part, his acting in that movie was incredible. Like the emotions that he had and the awkwardness of being a teenager that didn't fit in and know how to talk to girls and things like that. That was such a strong performance for me that the age thing, I didn't even really think about it. So.
And the cast was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, Amy Adams is just a wonderful actress in everything she's in. Julianne Moore. I mean, the cast was perfect for this. And who knew that Amy Adams and Julianne Moore could sing like that? So that was impressive as well.
I'm a big set fan. I love, I build sets at our theater. So, where they were shooting and all the homes that they were in, the different places, they were spot on. They were all interesting to look at. That I enjoyed it, almost everything about it.
Yeah, and the movie flowed really well. It didn't seem like there were really any dull moments in the movie. From the very beginning of the movie to the very end, I was involved. I mean, I was attached to the characters, involved in the story. And, having the familiarity with the Broadway play, you just don't know going into a movie adaptation, if they're going to stay true to the content. And they did a really good job of staying true to the content of the Broadway show.
I agree. So if you had to give it stars, how many? 5 being the best, right?
I would say I'd give it a 4-star. I reserve 5 stars for very few movies.
Greatest
but-
Showman, maybe.
Yeah.
That was
But,
a 5-star.
you know, I thought they did a good job, and you know, to me, not having been able to see this show on Broadway with the original cast, and then having Ben Platt, who won a Tony for Best Actor in Dear Evan Hansen, seeing him in the lead to me was just wonderful. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Because you know that's
him.
That's Evan Hansen. You know,
Yeah.
Ben Platt. You know, regardless of who's playing it today on Broadway, it will always go back to Ben
To
Platt.
him,
So
yeah.
people outside of that Broadway audience that you and I are part of, you know, getting to see Ben Platt in this
In that
was
role.
that's
And
a
it's
treat.
so powerful.
That's a
That
treat.
song, he sings that song in the woods where he's finally admitting that, you know, he fell out of the tree, and that, oh my goodness.
No spoilers.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to tell you that, but oh my goodness, that just gave me chills. He
Yeah.
was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think anyone who appreciates any kind of musical theater, whether
Yeah.
it's, you know, going back to Greatest Showman, La La Land, Sweeney Todd, Les
Les
Miserables, you know, I'm not going to mention Cats and In the Heights; those weren't great movies, but
Yeah.
this, from a Broadway to film, I think is very, very well done.
excellent job. I'll give it a 4.5.
Four and a
I'll
half?
give it a 4.5.
I didn't know halves were an
It's right.
option.
Yeah. You could have a half. You want a half?
No.
Okay,
st-
I'll go
stick with
4.5.
four.
You
I'll
go
stick with
4.
So, you know, I think going through what we're going through today with the pandemic and with mental health being such a concern, even when it's not a pandemic, I think this story is fantastic. Dealing with depression, they address it in such a unique way, and you know, there's such a fear of talking about depression and you know, mental health issues, and you know, that is the main theme of this movie. And you know, and to give a little bit about the movie without giving too much away, it's a young man committed suicide and didn't have any friends, and the main character is accidentally put in a position where people think that they were friends, and instead of correcting them, he played along with it with good intentions.
Yeah.
And you know, and that was essentially the theme of the movie, and then him going through and having to deal with the lie that he's telling his friends and family.
That's happened to everybody, though. You say something to someone in passing, or somebody thinks something about you, and you just kind of go along like, okay,
Yeah.
and then it spiraled out of control.
Yeah, it
So-
always snowballs,
Yeah.
and it's always going to have that cataclysmic ending when everybody finds out. And you know, of course, when you watch the movie, you'll get to see how that turns out. But I think that being the topic, I think that is really strong. That helps carry the narrative of the story. And young people and you know, people our age, I mean, everybody deals with issues, whether it is depression or you know, whatever the case may be. And I thought that this movie did a really good job of making that something that is not something to be ashamed of.
Exactly.
And
It brings
you know,
it out into
it
the
brings it
open.
out, and you know, the theme in one of the songs is "You Will Be Found," and that song is basically saying that when you suffer from depression or
Anxiety, or
social anxiety,
yeah.
that there are people there. You know, you're not alone. And
You know, social anxiety right now is sky high because we've been so reserved into ourselves for so long that all of us, I know I struggle with that now,
Yeah.
just being around big groups of people and stuff like that. I don't know, it just takes some time to get back in the game and that was the way it ended, man. You got to get back in the game. You got to just give it one more day, give it a little more time, and everything will look different the next day.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so that's it. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed our review of the film Dear Evan Hansen, please like and subscribe to Tavern Talk. And we'd like to thank the Movie Tavern for letting us do this. We truly appreciate it. And if you're ever in Hot Springs, come by the Puckett Community Theater. We do several shows a year, and we'd love to have you in the audience.
See you at the theater.
Bye.